Hashtag no music, no intro. No, it's been a while, but the Saints Block Party podcast is still here. It's summertime. Ryan, our dude Wolf, celebrated his lovely wife's birthday. Had a little mini vacation. Shout out, happy birthday to belated birthday to Bree. Oh no, wait, it was Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday. Yep.
But we back, and
we back, baby.
In the best way, there hasn't been any Saints news, which is good because that means that no one's getting arrested, nothing's crazy happening.
No suspensions,
no beating up people in elevators, no DUI, no speeding. Like everything's okay. But being
FBI
that
investigations, congressional hearings, none of that.
The funniest thing that's happened, I think, since the last time we recorded is a picture of Derek Carr and DeMario at the praise worship, and Derek Carr is putting his hand like Jim Jones, just touching. Let me just touch the Negroes and get.
Oh boy!
But I felt like this would be a good time for us to have an episode, like. A lot has happened in the off season, and just episodes to have a recap of the highlights that the Saints have had this off season, because there's been quite a few things. Shout out to got the chat going. Shout out to Dante. Brian says happy birthday to Bree from Agitator. Our dude who that Chris said no brick throwing. Tony said shout out y'all. So it's late. As usual, it's 9 p.m. here on the West Coast. It's 11 where Ryan is in Central Time. But I was looking, I was like, man, last time we posted an episode was June 17th. So we going a whole, it's only been it was a little over a week, but in time frame wise, it was more than 10 days, which is not like us, right? But also too, we got lives to live, bro. We out here. We out here.
Saints on vacation. We is too. Shit.
Saints on vacation when the season starts sometime, nigga. But we still out here. But just a quick aside for the community, right? Me and Jay went to this event last year that one of her best friends were throwing. We won these raffle tickets, or won this raffle for tickets to go see the Padres game. Amazing seats, in the 100. I don't even like baseball, Ryan. You know this. I don't like baseball. But Padres game in San Diego, we got 4 tickets. Hit up our dude, Sherm. We apologize if you might be a light skin of any way, and you might be listening to this segment of the podcast. You might want to just duck down a little bit. But hit up our dude, Sherm, and ask, his wife, his wife, if they wanted to join us. Because the game was in right in the middle of the day, bro. 1:10 on a Wednesday, completely
baseball, bro.
It's awful, but it's just Nick, I work, bro. I had to take the day off yesterday, but it was good to anyway. Long story short, Sherm was able to go with his wife. We went to Puesto, one of my favorite places to eat ever. In San Diego, I got to share Sherm eating a filet mignon taco from Puesto, which if you have not had, a couple of people that we rock with, I've gotten Julio hooked on him. I've gotten our dude White Wealth, Chris hooked on him, our dude Greg Rosenthal. One of the best food items you'll ever taste in your entire life. Swear by it. But just being able to just be with people in this community when we got people all over, and when we are hanging out with people, our first thought when we won the tickets was well, shit, Sherman and his wife live in San Diego, or living down there. Let's hit him up, because that's it's extended family, and this is Ty. It's called Puesto. There's none in actual LA. The closest one to LA there's one in Irvine. And then most of their locations are in San Diego, though. Puesto, Puesto. That's where I want us to have our little meetup for training camp. But we don't even know when. We don't even know if there's any practice going to be open in training camp. But it just, even the Bucks have announced some dates. But we have a truly, truly amazing community, even in this dead period where not a lot's going on football wise. Just because things might not be going on football wise, it doesn't mean that things aren't going on community wise in our community, because there's always something going on. So it was just cool to kick it with, him and his wife yesterday. We had tacos, had drinks, just feeling good, bro. Just enjoying life. And ultimately, honestly, that's all it's fucking about, man. Like, we just gotta just enjoy life, because there's a lot of life to live. And with everything that happens in life, it can be daunting, it can be draining, it can be sad, it can be depressing. But there's also this element of just making moments with people that you care about, man, that we all as humans should take advantage of.
Amen. Preach, brother. But yeah, man. So patreon.com/Saints Block Party. Like, join this community. This community is the shit. We got the meetup coming up. We got the West Coast meetup coming up. We got the, hopefully a meetup for, training camp. We'll see. We got the big annual meetup coming up in November 10th. That's going to be fire for the Atlanta Falcons game. Like, become a Patreon, man. And I'm telling you, one of the things about this community, bro, and I've said it before, there's no like petty or like nastiness, or how you get a group of more than 5 people together. So there's gonna be some kind of negativity in there, some kind of nah, bro. We be 30, 40 deep, all positivity, all fun, diverse people from all over the world, and just good vibes, man. So like, I'm telling you, if you apprehensive about it, like, hey, I don't know, I'm kind of introvert. I'm an introvert. I don't be out there hanging with a bunch of people. But when my Saints Black Party crew coming through, out here, and I'm feeling good. I'm having fun. So I'm telling you, it's like the thing to do, man.
It is. There's nothing like it. And Sherm was attesting to just how cool the community is. I don't want to give us a whole little circle jerk or anything like that. But
I'm jerking. Jerking.
I too. Okay, that's my one. That's my one, bro. That's my one. No more. Fed up with it. Don't want to hear a single thing about it again.
Ran its course.
It ran its course day one, and it's like,
yeah.
Like, listen, I'll just say this. It's a little late at night. I can say this. Like, it's 2024. If that's not being done, what are we doing? Like, who is not doing that in the year 2000? Like, this bitch didn't invent the wheel. Like, anyway, let me talk. But on that same line, because it is the off season. I put the story in the Discord because someone had to bring up my the whole Underhill situation. I'm not going to talk about right now on the podcast. If you know what the Underhill situation is, you know it.
You know.
Truly one of them. If you know situation. But told this story. I kind of wanted to open it up. Like, one of the most embarrassing things if someone has ever told me that happened. One of my good friends I've known for years, 60, almost 15 plus years. This is about like a couple of years ago. She tells me her husband was texting, and then her father-in-law, her husband's dad, get a text message from her dad. The context of the story is that her father-in-law had a little sexting episode, with his girlfriend. Harmless, we all did it at some point, right? Sucked in the tummy a little bit, we done been there, right?
Yeah.
And by mistake, he sent a video of him.
Womp womp.
And he didn't send it to his girlfriend. He sent it to his son by mistake.
Oh, man.
that is one of the most embarrassed, like, just levels. So I wanted to kind of just open it, like, to like the chat. Let's what's like, I don't know if I'm not trying to top that. There may not be no topping that.
Well, like our boy Nick said, the only thing worse he could have sent to his son wife. Good luck explaining that one.
Bro, the funny it's not funny, but like that's a setup to a porn scene, bro. I done seen that one go.
Oh yeah, it's out there, man. Just saying, Hey, whatever floats y'all boat, Hey, no judgment on here.
No judgment here. But like that, just that story is is just timeless of just
Man,
how.
Hey, listen, text is so dangerous, bro. Like dangerous technology. Dangerous technology.
All I will say is Runtime Ryan meant to text me something.
Oh man. I mean, look, you know how dudes talk, bro. Just locker room talk. You know what I'm saying? You know how dudes talk. Boy.
Anyway.
Just make sure you text the right person. That's all I'm saying.
Please. Anyway. A lot of Chris Olave talk came up today. It's his birthday. So we can start there. I mean, nothing happened with Chris Olave in the offseason and what have you, but just a good area to start. And one of the topics that we got in the Discord is just talking about the Saints receivers in terms of Olave, Shaheed, A.T. Perry, maybe throw, I don't know, Bub memes in there, of just one, I think it was our dude, Bajan and or G just asking how good is that group of receivers? And they went at comp, like high end, like if, Chris Olave hits his potential comp and like, I guess like floor comp of where they are as players. And I was like, man, they put me on the spot right there.
It's tough.
For Olave, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna be careful how I word this because I love him as a player. I think he's underrated as a player. If Stephon Diggs is a rockwaller, if he can hit all his potential, he would be Diggs as a German Shepherd. I don't even know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head.
I know exactly what you're saying. Because, German Shepherds, they're smart. Not that rock ballers are smart, but Germans are really smart. And just the way they could be ferocious, but they could also be sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just I see what you're saying right there. It's like, man, what's the comp for Olave?
But I don't know what his floor is. Like that to me is a harder thing.
His floor is what he is now. Like
right.
If he stays what he is now, like a good starting wide receiver that's gonna get you, 11 to 1,200 yards a season. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get you 6-7 touchdowns, like just a good starting wide receiver. I think that's his floor. I think his rookie year, I mean, like I said before, man, like he's his own worst enemy as far as like he just came in the game, he just looked like he belonged in the NFL. He had one of the most, like his first 2 years are some of the most productives of, the first 2 years of any wide receiver. Like he's been good.
And it's crazy because it's not really talked about like that.
Because he playing for the Saints, he playing for a mid offense, a mid team, and it's not going to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Like I get it. But we want more. Like we all want more. We all think he could be more. And I think even look, we just talk about Matt Harmon and all the advanced statistics and all that stuff. You could see that there's more there. Like they're there. You know what I'm saying? Like you could see that better quarterback play, better offensive scheming can get more out of him. Will he be, what kind of quarterback, what kind of wide receiver can he be? Can he be like a number one stud? Like that's just like top level, tilts the defense, keeping defensive
Right.
coordinators up at night, or can he be just like a good one? You know what I'm saying? Like where that is, I don't know.
So,
But I think he could be like whatever it is. I think he'd be a number one wide receiver.
right. Ty says, I need Olave to lock in and show me some more dog in him. And
That's
I
it.
think that,
That's it.
but people, and I get that, but I also think, at least last season especially, he made catches that solidifies that he absolutely has the dog mentality
Right.
in him.
I
Right. I
see.
think
I noticed when he's talked about. I looked on Twitter. He gets talked about as if he's like a soft player, like a very
yes,
soft finesse type player,
yes,
and he can be at times. He can be at times, but I've seen enough evidence that he does have that dog in him.
yep,
But I just need to. I need more of it. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, but I know he could do it. It's not
right.
like a player where it's not like he was just a pure finesse player that and it's fine if he was, it's fine. Players like that could be productive in the league. Waddle is one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like good productive players in the league, but like I've seen him make like those catch against Green Bay, Minnesota, Falcons. Man, come on,
Panthers.
man. Panthers. Like, come on, man.
Our dude says Olave comp is Tyler Lockett. I don't think his floor is bad at all. Either way, he'll have a more solid career like Devontae Smith, Brandon Cooks, but I doubt he would ever be elite in the top 5 combos. I don't think his skill set is for him to be top 5.
I don't
But
think so.
I think a better question is, and we kind of went through this exercise when our dude Max was talking about him in the Discord. I went through it because I just found it interesting. It's just where he was overall comparatively to the league. And when I objectively did the exercise, he was like a top 20 wide receiver
Right.
when I went through
That's
all
what
the
I see him.
teams. Top
That's
20.
what I see him. He's
Which
going to be a top 15 and top 20 type receiver, which is great. Like, I don't.
Ty says, I seen the dog too, but definitely need more. With no mic now, someone has to be a dog. Yes and yes, and I don't know. I think the person when I think of that player, and maybe it's just projection, is like A.T. Perry. Like when I think of kind of can fit into like that role, and I'm not saying he can be Mike or will be Mike, but can do the things that Mike did at a high. I won't even say high level because what Mike did at a high level is we just not gonna see it again.
Just not going to see
But
that. Man.
in terms of just being able, in terms of like the offense and be able to keep, move the chains, blah blah, do the dirty work, blah blah.
Be that X, be that X,
Yeah,
line up close to the middle, and run some slants, post up, middle of the field. I think A.T. Perry can do that, but it's a projection. Like
it
let's
is.
think
It
about
absolutely is.
I like our wide receiver core, but it's definitely a wide receiver group that you have to project a lot. Like
You do.
Chris Olave, we know he's good. Rashid Shaheed, we know he's talented and can do like just crazy good stuff. But after that, it's like, I guess, I guess A.T.
Right.
Perry. Bub Means, I have no idea. Like I like Bub Means college tape, but no idea if he's gonna be good. Cedric Wilson, I mean, he's gonna do his thing. It's just, I don't
What
know.
is Shahid's ceiling?
No, man. You know,
I got one for you. If I'm talking like if he were to hit, like get injury stuff aside, blah blah blah. Shaheed, in theory, can preface that by saying in theory could be T.Y. Hilton.
yeah, I can see that.
In theory, Brian
I
said
could
Victor
definitely see that.
Cruz. I can't see Victor Cruz. I think the way that Shaheed and Victor Cruz won like two completely different ways.
Yeah, Victor Cruz, he was more of a slot. Um, I don't know. I see Shaheed. He's just a different kind of animal. But the thing
Okay,
about Shaheed is I think he could do more than he's done in the offense so far. That's the thing. Like we trying to
absolutely.
project, and we trying to project with what we've seen from a high school offense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Carmichael offense in high school.
I mean, bro, like, come on, man. Like the things we were doing, bro. It was like go y'all if y'all listen, like go back and listen to the recent Matt Harmon. He puts out like clips from his podcast, and he was going over the Saints offense and like just the things. And look, we talked about Pete Carmichael to death. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, he
Yeah,
didn't want to be an OC. He did his best. He did some good things. Not everything that went bad was his fault.
right.
But but it just wasn't. It wasn't good, man. Like the things you need to do as an offensive coordinator to situate the skills of your players. It was a week to week competition. Like the media was telling what to do. We was telling what to do. You know what I'm saying? Media was like, "Can we get more motion? You put some motion. Can we get more Taysom? Yeah, I put some Taysom in it." That's a week to week thing. Like, hey, Jimmy, where's Jimmy Graham? Hey, get it past Jimmy Graham. It's like, it just was ridiculous, bro. It was absurd.
He was out here crowdsourcing the offense, bro.
Crowdsourcing, bro. Like, bro, what have you been doing all these years, bro? Sitting there behind Sean Payton. I mean, he would sit there. He would sit there at the table with Sean Payton and Drew Brees every Saturday for that dot meeting, whatever they call it, and scheme up the offense. Like, bro. But like offense running, calling plays and designing offense is a talent. Like you.
Oh, it absolutely
That's
is.
not something you just learn. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to have a feel for that shit.
You do. So getting back to like kind of recapping, we haven't really done any recapping, but Tony said he would listen to us once and then never listen to our suggestions ever again.
Yeah,
regarding Pete. Just going over some highlights from the offseason, right? We had the Saints hiring Clint Kubiak at offensive coordinator. Not only did they hire Clint Kubiak at offensive coordinator, they pretty much let him seem like to have kind of carte blanche in terms of what he wanted to do, people he wanted to bring in, the staff he wanted to bring in.
Help me. Help.
They
You
cut.
changing the culture. You got the OC changing the culture, bro.
How crazy is that, bro? OC changed the culture quicker than the head coach, bro. What a wild time we living in.
Hey, but look, I mean, I don't remember who talked about it, but look, when Sean Payton brought in Greg Williams, I mean, look, the team needed a culture, kind of a culture shock. It was a very finesse team. Prior to that, you know what I'm saying? And Greg Williams came,
yes,
and he brought an edge, maybe some bounties with it, but he brought an edge to the team. You know what I'm saying? Bounties. I love it. I don't give a shit. I love it.
You mean like the fabric softener bounty, right? Like the shit you put in the line.
Yeah, that's
yes, all that's also 100% correct, but also I think that like the big difference between is like Sean Payton his first year took the team to the NFC Championship game.
Exactly.
So you have Clint Kubiak. In the draft, they add Fuaga, who will be playing left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
They added Spencer Rattler. They added Kool-Aid McKinstry. They added Bub Means, who we talked about. What?
Nose tackle.
Oh, Christian Boyd. They have Holker, undrafted free agent, tight end.
I keep forgetting about that linebacker we drafted out of
Jalen Ford from Texas, bro.
I keep forgetting about it. I'm like, I forgot he was on the team.
But also, like, it doesn't help that like he was dealing with like an injury issue, so he hadn't really like practice or what have you. Right. Free agency, the big ad, I guess, was Chase Young. Then it comes out that his neck needs neck surgery, but there was good news because he got good news from the doctor, which is great. They released Marcus May. They did an extension with Honey Badger. What a terrible signing that was. Who's now with the Dolphins. Watch him have like a bounce back year with the Dolphins. We'll see. Uh they release Michael Thomas. They well not release, whatever. We call it as they release Michael Thomas, they release James Winston. Um they signed Hubander, the fullback who's competing with Adam Prentice. I'm trying to think what else happened. I think they did the extension with Honey Badger. They signed Willie Gay
Willie
in free
Gay.
agency from the Chiefs. Um, what else? I mean, out of all those moves, including the signing of Clint Kubiak, I feel like maybe I'm forgetting one or shortchanging one. Like what is the move that you're looking to as like the whole crucial part and crux of the offseason?
Well, I'm not going to mention QBA because, we talk about that every week. That's the biggest move of the offseason. It is interesting because we kind of forget that hire took a while. Like that was a
Nigga.
long, long process.
Nigga.
And look, he was in the Super Bowl, so like understandable. But won Zach Robinson, and, a couple of other guys. I done forgot their names already. Um, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how his offense works out between his and Zach Robinson's over with the Falcons. That's kind of a little rivalry to kind of look at to see how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
Both coming from like a similar scheme background and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. But really, Chase Young, man, Chase Young is the move, bro. Like the Saints defensive line on paper is not
Hashtag
very
on
good.
paper. No.
Hashtag on paper is not very good. Like usually we good on paper and we got to wait to see. On paper, it's not very good. So they need Chase Young to be something. And look, I mean, look, we
Need.
saw the pictures put out on social media. He all rocked up, cut up, flexed up, man. And, that's good to see. We hope he's in great shape come training camp. And, we need him to show out, man. I'm just hoping at the very least, even if he's not like, say he doesn't blow it away and like, I just be healthy and at least give us a similar season like he had last year. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man. Yeah.
8, 9, 10 sacks, something like that. That'll be huge, huge for this team because, I'm not expecting much from Peyton Turner. It'd
Who?
be a fool. Who? You'd be a
All
fool to
right.
expect it.
Thank you for saying this nigga's name. Thank you for saying this nigga's name, Brian. I completely forgot. Imagine you're a struggling parent in Texas and you cobble up your finances to send your kid to a football camp hosted by Peyton fucking Turner, bruh.
Come on, bro. Come on,
What are you
man.
teaching my son? What are you going to teach my son?
What highlight? You gonna show us highlight of him getting
You
that
got the
fumble and
goalpost screen back. What are you gonna show?
show him recovering that fumble and fumbling it.
Gonna show Ryan. I need to know because when that shit came out, I said, "What parent?" Not to say I know a fraud when I see it.
And
What parent is being swindled by this nigga for a youth football camp? I got some questions I need answered.
And the kids smart enough, bro. They pull up their phone and look up his stats. They looking up the stats like, this nigga trash, man. I mean, them kids clown Cam Newton. When Cam Newton was running camp, they was clowning Cam Newton.
Man played in the Super Bowl, man.
Super Bowl quarterback, man. But on the line of like, look, man, be an NFL player. Like, I know when I was a kid, man, you played in the NFL. I remember in college, we were, just playing like, we play football just in the yard or whatever. And we was putting a team together. We had this dude, I don't remember his name, but he actually was at like a San Francisco 49ers training camp. And we just thought like, oh man, we got somebody that was literally went to a training camp for the
Training
49ers.
camp.
Didn't make the team, didn't make the practice squad, probably went there for one day. But he made it to a 49ers training camp. We're like, man, that boy was killing everybody on the field too. Like that's just how far those athletes, like even somebody that came into the NFL just far surpass regular people, bro. It's just like a whole different level.
Far surpass. The audacity of this nigga.
That shit had me crying though, brother. Oh, can you play a season first?
A whole season, nigga, please.
A whole season, please.
He's not playing a whole season. Boy, he got to what, 2021?
Good.
2 years, bro. Going back to the whole thing, we go back to the Saints. We kind of all over the place, and I don't really care. Going back to the whole thing with Sherm and going to the Padres game with Jay and Sherman, his wife, yesterday. I was there, and the Padres were playing the Nationals, the Washington Nationals, right? Starting pitcher for the Washington Nationals was not having a good day, Ryan. It was not this nigga's day. Bases are loaded, and a player on the Padres who had hit a home run earlier in the same game comes to the plate. This man rocked a grand slam, bro. Like, boom. Four runs score. And as soon as the batter hit the ball, bro, like you could see it on the replay. The pitcher, like his shoulders slumped, and he was just like, bro, like he just knew it. Then I started thinking, MLB pitcher, NFL cornerback, NHL goalie, soccer goalie, like in FIFA or like, whatever. Out of those four, which one has the most mental drain on a person in terms of like the accountability? Because those are positions where it is literally, it is you. It is you. If you mess up, slip up, all the eyes are squarely on you.
I might have to go with a pitcher, bro. Because, I mean, they have, like, the ball is in their hand, you know what I'm saying? And they're the one that could really wreck a game or win a game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But cornerback, I told you, this is one of my favorite positions because the mental fortitude you have to be a good corner in the league. I mean, that's talking about a great corner.
Right.
Just to be a good corner. Like I see people, it pisses me off so much just to see, like it's an NFL fan thing to do is to flame a cornerback when they get beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jalen Ramsey gets beat. It's like, bro, cornerbacks gonna get beat. Period. Right. I don't care who you is.
Just like human anatomy and physics.
Right.
There is no one, Deion was a unicorn. Darrelle Reeves at his prime were unicorns. They don't exist like that.
Yeah, man. And, you just got to... We've seen, like, I remember Patrick Robinson, when they brought him in, you talking about a dude who did not have that mental fortitude. Like, man, he would get... You knew how the game was going to go.
100%.
If he getting beat early, it's like, oh...
That's going to be a long day.
This about to be a long day, boy.
Bro, was it the game where they beat Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Dallas that they beat them, but Dez was just abusing Patrick Crumbs all game, bro.
Putting a clown suit on him, bro. Like, oh my God. And then he left with the Philly, reignited his career, then came back to the Saints. We broke him off.
He won a Super Bowl with Philly, did he not?
Yeah, run a Super
Bowl winning champion, Patrick Robinson, bro. What a time. What a time. But you going with pitcher. You going with MLB pitcher.
I'm going to go with pitcher, yeah.
Man,
goalie too, now. Goalies are, man.
Yeah, man. Because you literally are the last line of defense.
That's it.
All four of them have a level of mental fortitude that like I can't fathom. I can't fathom
I can't, bro.
They just built different. But man, when he gave up that grand slam, and like his shoulders shrunk, bro. Like it was like he was just like, because he had already had a long day. Like he was not having the best day. It was not his day. It was not his day. Todd said hockey or soccer. I put both. I put both in the equation. I put both in the equation. Of just which one just it's I don't even know if I have an answer to it. It was just such an interesting thing I was thinking about, like which one is harder? Which one like has the most pressure on a position? As because
all them dudes just built different, man. I mean, they built different. You know, a cornerback, like it's just you really got not only mentally but physically. You got to be fast. Like it's one of the few positions where the 40 time does matter. Like, you have to be fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You have to be fast. You have to have recovery speed. You have to be have a level of physicality. You have to be smart. It's it's a tough position, man.
Ty said, I say hockey. Goal is smaller, but puck is faster, plus skates. Sherm said he's going with goalie for hockey. Tony says pitchers also have to worry about having a line drive right, like a line drive hit right back at them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pitchers have insane like reflexes, insane reflexes. But baseball players in general have insane reflexes. I couldn't do it. Anyway, it was a discussion I was thinking about yesterday. Getting back to the Saints, the Chase Young piece is such a crucial junction, because I still go back to the point of assuming he's somewhat healthy, whatever healthy is for Chase Young after a neck surgery. This is still going to be, and this is also assuming that Marshawn is on the team. So your starter corner is going to be Marshawn, going to be Paulson Adebo. This is going to be the best secondary Chase Young has ever played with. And I think that could lead to him having, in theory, on paper, a better season, because he's never played with a secondary that's as talented as the one that's the Saints have.
I agree. And look, we've seen it. Even with our pass rush not being good, like just the coverage ability that the secondary has gives the front seven a chance. You know what I'm saying? It gives them a chance. Because those things go hand in hand, the coverage and the pass rush. So it would surprise me to see Chase Young have a nice season. I'm just hoping, man, just stay healthy, bro. Health has been his issue since he's been in the league. We know he's talented. He went number 1 overall for a reason. And it takes a while. Look at Clowney. It took Clowney years, like literally just this past season, really, to be that pass rusher. He was always a good player. He was always, a player that would show flashes. He was always a player that would be disruptive. But really, just this past year was the first time you could say, okay, he got it all. Like, he got the whole game down now. And, sometimes it takes that. And I think the Saints are banking that, hopefully this year for Chase Young. But we'll see. It's a 1-year deal. He trying to reignite his career. So it wasn't a bad move at all. And they did that move, like the neck thing, they throw me for a loop. I'm like, bro,
most Saints thing ever, bro.
Gotta be something, man.
Gotta be. Can't have it all. I just had to look up where Clowney plays for. Completely forgot that he signed with the Panthers. No, like I read it when it happened. I had no idea that's where he was. Yeah. So Trevor Penny. I kind of glossed over the fact that James Hurst hashtag put him in a Hurst retired. Yeah. Trevor Penning is trying to revitalize his career at right tackle. Did you? I'll ask this a little bit. Did you see any 1 second of the presidential debate at all?
No, not one. I probably go back and watch some highlights later, but
Oh no, I don't.
like, bro, like,
I
I
don't
ain't
have
gonna try
any.
to watch that shit show, bro. Like, come
I don't
on,
have
man.
any.
Like,
I don't have any, bro.
we already know what hell's gonna go, bro. I know what I got to do come November, so I ain't tripping. That's my boy Joe. Joe, y'all chill. It's my dog right there. If you know, you know.
We ain't got no choice, Ryan. We ain't got no
Hey,
choice,
no choice, man. Shit, if you
man.
got Alzheimer's, whatever, that's my dog.
Nigga from what was it? Was it 22? Like that those 4 years I remember so vividly when Trump was in office because I would wake up, get on Twitter, and then would text you and
Bruh,
like we would have jokes, like the jokes would be there, but it was also like, are we about to die?
it'd be like, every morning I'd be like, are we living in reality? Like, is this,
Yo, fake, bro.
like, is this real? Is he tweeting this? Oh my
Nigga,
God.
I blocked the president of the United States, bro.
I couldn't block him, bro. I just
Oh
I
no,
couldn't block.
I
I
couldn't
gotta
do it, bro.
see it. I gotta see it, bro.
I couldn't do it, bro. Uh, um, anything else from this off season or anything? We'll open it up to the chat. From the Saints off season, I'll say this. I was going through my phone. This is how the Underhill thing came about. But clearing out like some videos, clearing out space on my phone, like videos I didn't no longer need my phone. None like that, pervs. It was like just they're mostly podcast videos, right? For like posting and going and deleting. And then I came across that video during the Chiefs game, the Chiefs preseason game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it in our Discord, and it was just like that was just like the peak of height of like the optimism from last season. It was right there. It's right there, bro. Like, oh, they drove down the field and ended up with a touchdown. Keith Kirkwood. This was before he had gotten his name back. He wasn't backwood anymore, bro. It was at the height, bro. So I'll say this as a disclaimer. I don't give a shit what we see in preseason. I don't care. Now, if a player is playing well, cool. Love it. Like, yeah, do I want to see Isaiah Foskey like look like he can
do
be
something?
like
do something?
Right, he got engaged recently, bro. Like he got engaged,
man. I feel like so, bro. You got a wife to take care of now. Like, you got to do something, bro.
You got to provide.
Provide,
she white. And she white. Yeah, she know she book. If your Negro ass don't get on that football field and go apply some pressure to the quarterback, bro.
Piss me off, bro. Taking pictures of his feet on the beach. Get your ass out of here, bro. Not my pass rusher. Not mine.
Just toes out, bro.
Toes out. Come on, bro. Do something, bro.
That I will say that is a player that I would be that I'm going to be hyper focused on.
Oh yeah,
in preseason, bro.
And that's all I'm looking for in the preseason. I'm focused on players. I don't give a shit about like the the overall performance of the offense or the defense. I don't give a shit about that. I'm looking at specific players. Obviously, the quarterbacks: Jake Hayner, Spencer Rattler. I want to see Spencer Rattler, bro. Show me something. I want to see Jake Hayner take that next level. I don't care which order. I want them both. I want to put pressure on Derek Carr.
Bro, you read my mind, bro. I want them to make it look close. Either one of them, bro. Why not both? Why not? I want preseason. It's like, damn, the Saints got some quarterbacks, and it's not talking about like, yeah, I want to see their whatever, but like, if you're like, whoa, what are we seeing? I know I can't read it because I'm blocked, but I know Doug Farrar put out an article or what have you on Spencer Rattler recently, but Jake Hayner, Spencer Rattler, whoever, look like go out and ball out in preseason, please.
Who else? Who else I want to see in preseason? Obviously, Fuaga, Penning. Obviously, I want to see what he
Huge, man.
does. Huge. The rookies, Bub Means. We'll see what he is.
I'm going to say this, and I know there hasn't been a lot talked about him because of the injury. That Kool-Aid versus Alante Camp battle for the slot?
Yeah, boy. It's going to be fun.
That's going to be one to watch, bro. That's going to be one to watch.
Gonna be fun, bro. Like, I want to see how that shake out. It's like a repeat of last year.
It really is, bro.
It was interesting to see how the whole slot thing play out. Got rid of Courtney Roby, not Courtney Roby, Bradley Roby. Man, we're gonna see. They're gonna have to fight it out because that was a battle up until the end. So yeah, we'll see.
Ty Burt said Jordan Howden too. Like Jordan Howden had some really good moments last year, but also like kind of. I mean, he was a rookie, man. He rookie. It was weird because it felt like at one point the team soured on him, and then they went back to it. Was weird, right? And so
with this team,
it's right. It's very wishy washy. Like, make a decision.
Right.
Unless you're Trevor Penning, bro. They made that decision. They stayed with that shit, bro. They did not.
We refuse to put you back on the field. Like, damn.
Huge, bro. But we'll see how everything plays out. Training camp starts on the 24th of July. I believe the rookies report on the 16th, something around there. But also, too, like I've been at their neck from this perspective, just as a fan, but more so as a business owner for our community, and not just our community, just the Saints community. Like, I don't understand how we are less than a month away from training camp. And we don't even know if there's going to be training camp practices open in Irvine or not, bro.
I'm getting emails from the Texans saying, "Hey, come to our training camp." Come on now. What? What are we doing?
Hello? Reserve your tickets. Texas training camp. We you want to see an actual quarterback? What an NFL quarterback should look like? Come on down. Like, we are willing to be at training camp to watch Derek fucking Carr, and you telling me you can't open a training camp practice? Okay, all right. Okay.
I need answers.
I this team is so predictable, bro. I can guarantee at least one. If they're gonna do one or two practices, one of those practices is gonna be against the joint practice against the Niners. At least one.
Yeah.
They're gonna open that one, and then another one's gonna be some fucking complete random one, bro. I just know this team, bro. I just know how this team operates, man. Like, I'm not dumb. But it's just, even that to me. I'll say this though. The Bucs are even worse. Like, the Bucs are like home at training camp, and they are only open at home and only open in 2 days. So I know that when the Saints saw that, they were like, "Oh, yes." Oh man, what a just trash way to have fan engagement, man. Just completely trash way. But then you're gonna beg and send multiple emails and have people calling everybody like bill collectors, like, "Oh, you want these season tickets? You want these season tickets? You want to renew? We got season tickets. Why I'm gonna get paid for season tickets when y'all can't even open training camp practices up for me? Like, come on, man. Anyway, I hope that they announce the dates, because if they do, I'm really excited to plan these things, even if it's one or two. And it shouldn't be one or two. I'm not saying I'm going to be content with that. Like, if you could do a training camp in Irvine. Like, I'm not saying you got to have every training camp practice open to the public, but there's such a huge contingent of Saints fans on the West Coast. Bro, we were getting on the Amtrak to come back to LA, and someone, a couple on the line was like, "Oh, you're a Saints fan?" Yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, that's my team, though. Oh, okay, and cool. Who that? We live in New Orleans. There's such a huge contingency of everywhere, bruh. Get on the Amtrak. Older white lady with her husband, black, has sexual tendencies. It's like, oh, you're a Saints fan? Yeah, I am. Oh, I'm from New Orleans. There are so many people from Louisiana everywhere, and it just befuddles me on a level of why you would not want to cultivate, grow that, give back. Like, shit, we know. We in New Orleans, we know we don't get out to the West Coast often, but we on the West Coast this year for training camp. Shit, I don't know, man. It's just it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But anyway, we went for about an hour, give or take. We don't even know we don't know we recapped the offseason perfectly, but we recapped it enough and kind of gave some insight in terms of some things we're looking for in training camp, some interesting things that happened this offseason for the Saints that are interesting to us. Hopefully will have Scott from Field Vision joining us on Monday, same time at 9 p.m. We still got to confirm it. If you don't know what Field Vision MI is, it's a very visual, data-driven, but highly focused in like visual data. Really just fascinating, like football porn and stuff, honestly, is the best way I can describe it. So we shall see. We're just waiting for Scott to confirm with us, but we got 17 concurrent viewers going on right now, like midnight on Central Standard Time. So that's just all the love that we appreciate from y'all, and we love y'all truly for supporting us in the dead of the off season. But we will be back maybe as soon as Monday at 9 p.m. If not, we'll be back next week. Thank y'all for the support. Like and subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of them. If you're watching this on YouTube in the live stream, please become a patreon.com/Saints Block Party. We'll be back next week. With that, we're out.
Peace.
Take control of your growing company's finances with Bill Spend and Expense, the free-to-use spend management software powered by the Bill Divvy Corporate Card. With credit lines from $50,000 to $5 million, Bill Spend and Expense is here to help you thrive. Say goodbye to manual expense reports and juggling multiple cards, and say hello to saving time and eliminating wasteful spend. Try Bill Spend and Expense today at Bill.com/promo500 and get $500. Terms and conditions apply. Advertised credit ranges are not guaranteed and are determined at approval. Card issued by Cross River Bank. Member FDIC.